I'm Cam.
And I'm Ari.
And this is SafetyTech Six. So that's SafetyTech Six. See you next time.
Welcome back to SafetyTech Six. In this episode, we're going to be asking the question, will AI cause you to lose your critical thinking skills? Let's get started.
All right. So I'm kicking off today?
Yeah, you take it.
All right. I'm losing precious seconds here. Yeah. Put it there. All right. So look, in my experience, at least if we're talking about large language model type AI here, where you're using a chatbot to give you information or augment a process for you in the workflow, what I've found is that people that have critical thinking skills already will thrive and succeed, and it won't necessarily be a big challenge to them.
Mm-hmm.
For organizations and workers that don't have critical thinking skills developed yet, so they haven't actually, so it might be like a new worker or someone that's come into a new industry and hasn't got that experience yet. I feel that that particular worker that can't critically evaluate the context and the changing dynamic nature of the work that they do, by providing an AI tool to effectively give them an answer, if they have never acquired those skills in the first place, it is probably not a good idea. So in terms of something like a new apprenticeship program or a brand new worker, something like a graduate program for safety in an organization, is you want to get people to learn the absolute fundamental foundations of incident investigation, hazard analysis understanding, building communications, all of the foundational things that are needed.
Yep.
But they not only do they need to go through those processes and get those battle scars, they also need to be able to critically evaluate their own outputs.
Yep.
I think if people are able to do that, and then you apply AI into integrate that into their workflow, then because they already know and have the skill to be able to critically evaluate, they're less likely, in my mind, to actually lose that skill.
Mm.
If they don't have that skill in the first place, I feel like it's plausible that, and it's a fair challenge from people that ask that question, will, if we use AI in the risk assessment process, won't we just lose that skill?
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair challenge. But if you've already got the skill and you're using AI to support you, then I feel that in some ways it actually enhances critical thinking.
Yeah.
Over to you.
I would say I would agree. I think AI is good for when you're trying to synthesize and learn new topics. That doesn't mean you're necessarily taking action on those. So take requirements gathering or design or work that we do often. You can say, I'm going to go do a requirements workshop. Tell me exactly what I need to do. And it will give you some output, but there is value and like knowledge in being able to read between the lines, being able to look around corners and kind of assess what's actually happening in the room or in the current conversation. But I think a lot of that comes from previous experience. So I do think that there's going to be a challenge around what the expectation is for new workers, because, we have AI, you should learn how to do this thing that much quicker. And I think that it's a fair question to ask, because I agree with your sentiment. But I think it enhances. It's no different than being able to describe in detail what you want what the AI to help you do, how you want to help it augment, but you need to be able to explain some foundational process, some foundational thinking. And I think it's a difference between a transformation consultant or innovation consultant and a business analyst, right? One is more scientific, structured thought, and that could probably be easily outsourced, but there's definitely value in your level of expertise, which is why I tell safety professionals all the time who are concerned about AI replacing them, is I think that their knowledge is just that much more knowledgeable, especially those that have learned both the cultural side of safety and the technical side. Is you are that much more apt to validate outputs, to do the checks and balances, the QA/QC, because you know what it requires, and you know what good looks like. If you don't know what good looks like, you probably are at risk of losing the fidelity to be able to flex and find, leverage AI in that way without it handicapping you. So
yeah, I guess the challenge that I got in the conference that we're at here in DC today was workers being given a tool to do like a risk assessment, and it gives you the output.
Yep.
That was the challenge around like, are those workers going to lose their critical thinking? And like what I said at the start of this episode is, you look, if they don't know how to do a risk assessment and critique an output in the first place, yeah, absolutely.
Or how to identify hazards in their workplace.
If they don't know how to do that skill in the first place, absolutely. So we've got to think about how do we build that capability to start, so then we can use AI to augment that capability. Because I think, like I said, it is a fair challenge. It's a fair question.
Yeah.
Will people lose their ability to think credibly about these things? I don't think so if they've already got the skill. I think it enhances it. But if they haven't got the skill already,
perhaps.
That is 6.